Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Friday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parrish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. You need a roof, you call Parrish. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com, and On Fire Athletes platform powered by Gamecoin. All right, good morning, y'all. Get this thing edited real quick. We get rolling. LSU at Texas A&M, game one of that series tonight. 3-game series, Tigers and the Aggies. Obviously goes without saying, a ton on the line for both teams. LSU at 14-7, A&M at 8-13 in the league. So remember, LSU was in a tough spot a year ago, and had to climb up to about 13 wins in league play to get in to the NCAA tournament, which is about what A&M's facing, right? So they're at 8 wins right now. They probably got to win 5 of their last 9. They do have Missouri next week, and Missouri has been swept by everybody. They're 0-21, which is stunning to think. But anyway. So there are wins out there for A&M, but a series win against LSU this weekend, and then hosting Missouri, and then they go to Georgia. They really need to make up ground at home while they can. So there's that. And then for LSU, it was interesting. I was talking to Kendall Rogers on AFR yesterday. He feels like if LSU wins this series, they effectively lock up a national seed. Now, I think you're at 14. If you get 2, they get you to 16. If you lose your next 2 weekends, you don't want to be going into that selection Monday on a down note, man. But I think Tigers have a great chance this weekend. When you get to this point in the season, you kind of are what your record says you are, and A&M's a team that has really struggled. So they're hitting 276 as a team. They got a lot of talent. It just hasn't shown up offensively. They're going to throw 3 left-handed pitchers, including Ryan Prager, who's their ace, who gets the ball today. And it's a really good player, man. He's a really good pitcher, but so is Cade Anderson. So you got 2 dominant lefties going tonight, but Prager's just 2-3 on the season. So large part because the offense hasn't followed and helped. But LSU's fared well against lefties with 3 lefty starters for A&M. It will be interesting to see what Jay Johnson elects to do. As far as the lefty-righty platoon at DH or right field, and does Jake Brown stay in the lineup, all that stuff. I mean, those are the conversations we have now that you've got a lefty, 3 straight lefty starting. So Brown, Pearson, what do they do? So we'll find out. Excuse me. Okay, let's get going. Say some good morning, y'all. Hope your Friday's off to a great start. Hey, Jacob, good morning. Thomas, Bubba, Aaron, good to see everybody. Thanks for being here with us. Randall, good morning. I'll take a national championship winning coach with years of SEC experience over a rookie head coach. Jay isn't coming home without at least 2 from Bluebell. Okay. A&M did go on the road and win a series at Tennessee. They've got a national championship winning coach. And A&M did also win a series against Arkansas. And while Van Horn hasn't won a national championship, he's been a head coach for a long time and was a dropped pop foul away from winning a national championship. Because the bottom line is, in baseball, coaching matters as far as putting your roster together and your strategy for the game and the weekend together. But in game, Coaching is probably the least significant of the major sports in game. There's always nuance and things that matters, but a baseball coach will probably make 2 to 3 decisions a game. Do you pinch it here? Do you leave that reliever in? Do you leave that pitcher in for another hitter? Like, you'll play a lefty righty matchup in a big spot. Like, that's kind of the decisions you got to make. But not totally downplaying the significance. But yeah, I don't think it's that. Like, it's different. If you've got, like, in football, where literally every play the coaches are designing strategy on the play, the offensive play call, the defensive play call, trying to guess what you're going to do, and so we can counter. Like, that's coaching every play. Anyway, hey Dale, Crystal is my current favorite of the silent sponsors. Silent sponsors? What do you mean silent sponsors? And shout out Crystal Poche over at Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Hey Thomas. Abner, good morning. Brad, going on trips this summer. So, I mean, I've actually got a lot of stuff coming up. Next week, I'm going to Chicago for Barrett Sports Media Summit. So I'll be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But Erica's not coming. She came with me to New York last year. She's not coming this year. She could have. She just didn't want to go. Let's see. We are doing our beach trip in June, our family beach trip. And then in July, Erica and I are going to Mexico. Some of our good friends are celebrating their 20-year wedding anniversary. So they're doing a trip and, like, doing a second wedding. I don't know if it's not necessarily like renewal of vows. It's like a second wedding. So, excuse me, that's in July. So we're going to do that too. Hey, Jason, good morning. You're officially looking at a sponsored disc golf player. Okay, Jason, that's awesome, man. Actually, I'm looking at your dog, but oh no, there you are, kind of laying down there horizontally. I've always just noticed your dog there laying on your face. But congrats, man, that's awesome. We had a disc golf team in high school at Catholic, and I never went and played, but I think they're pretty good. Thomas, love that blowout by Arkansas and Texas last night. Let's hope we do the same blowout A&M tonight. Charles Hanny was on that. If you're listening to Otterlocks, he was on Arkansas. I was like, man, bet against Texas at your own risk at this point. But Arkansas at home is a different beast. Hunter Broadhead, hey, Brian, good morning. All right, from Denver. Rex, Brady, Brent, good morning. Charles, how about Arkansas being the brakes off of Texas? Seems like the first 2 road tests for the Longhorns. Glad we get the Hogs at home. Thing about Texas is when you're at this point in the season and you've only got 3 league losses and you're the number 1 team in the country, the number 1 team in the RPI, and you are lapping the field in the SEC, you're a good team and you've earned it. I do look back at the Texas series that LSU played and thought, that's not a great team. Yes, sometimes schedule matters. For example, so they played at Mississippi State, who's not very good, and fired their coach. They had LSU at home, and we know that series went. They played at Missouri, who's maybe the worst team we've ever seen. They played Georgia at home, who they swept. And that's kind of when we all were looking like maybe they're really good. Then they went to Kentucky, won 2 out of 3. Their only loss was a 1-run loss in 15 innings. They beat Auburn at home. They beat A&M at home. And A&M's an 8-win team right now. And then they got shut out yesterday at Arkansas. It was 9-0. So we'll see how the rest of this goes. But after Arkansas, then they go Florida, Oklahoma. So there's nothing easy in the SEC. But I can get on board with saying, like, that certainly is their toughest road test so far. Let's see how the rest of the weekend goes. Hey, Seth, good morning. Steve, good morning. Happy Friday. Great weekend, fam. Thank you, Steve. Same to you and yours. Brad, do you think the schedule sets up well for LSU this year to make a run on a playoff? I don't think the schedule should matter for LSU this year to make a run to the playoff. I think LSU's roster is going to be arguably the best in college football, and so they should make a run to the playoff regardless of what the schedule looks like. Now, as for the schedule itself, give me 1 second, and I will run through my thoughts on that in just a momento. Here you go.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish Built. Parish Built. Parish Built. From your hometown. ParishBuilt.com.
Okay. Oh, you know what I forgot to remind y'all about? Doggone it. Hang on. I was supposed to do this yesterday and forgot. So our friends at Unique Physique have a big announcement coming. So as you may know, you may not know this, but so Unique Physique is the same company that owns Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, and they are launching Unique Aesthetics. So they will be all encompassing. So Unique Aesthetics, while Unique Physique has semaglutide, tirzepatide, the GLP-1 medications we tell you all the time, they are launching Unique Aesthetics. So they will have all of the aesthetic treatments from filler and Botox and laser therapy and skin therapy and all that sort of stuff, body contouring. They'll have everything as a full service aesthetics clinic. And so for Mother's Day, they haven't opened yet. They will be open. So what I'm about to tell you isn't valid till June 1st, but they might open late May, but we'll see. Anyway, in advance of Mother's Day, they're kind of doing a pre-opening sale with amazing prices. And so I just put a link. It's easy. It's shopwithmatt.com. They gave me my own URL. So shopwithmatt.com. And you can get amazing prices. If you want to get gift cards to buy those items at these prices now, you can for Mother's Day. It would be a great Mother's Day gift. And you could do it before they open. So you can't use it until they open, which is going to be either late May, early June. But shopwithmatt.com if you want to check that out from Unique Aesthetics. So excited about that. Shopwithmatt.com. Shopwithmatt.com. Okay. Jeremy, good morning. Trivia, good morning. Becky, good morning from Texas. Brian, good morning. Yep. 2 months till media day. Okay. I think someone had asked about the someone had asked about the schedule. So does LSU's football schedule set up to make a run of the playoff? What I always look at, obviously, is not just who you play, but when and where you play them. So naturally, I'm going to look at your whole schedule from a year ago just flips, right? So it stinks that you have to open with Clemson, but I do like that. So then you're home against Louisiana Tech, and then you're home against Florida. You play Florida super early this year, and I actually like that because DJ Lagway could be a guy that gets better as the season goes along. I like that you get that at home early in the season. Then you play Southeastern, you go to Ole Miss. Ole Miss, I think, takes a massive step back this year. I don't love playing that on the road, but I do think after losing so much from last year's team, not just Jackson Dart, but Trey Harris and Princely Amonmiel and Walter Nolan and Trey Amos. I mean, they lost Chris Paul. They lost so much off that team. They're bound to take a step back. Then you get your open date before you come home against South Carolina. Now, y'all know I am not bullish on South Carolina and Lenora Sellers and all that, but you get that game at home off a bye. Love it. And then you go to Vanderbilt, then home against A&M. I love that you get A&M at home and coming off a game at Vanderbilt. Then you get your open date before you go to Alabama, which, of course, we know what that is. Then you're home against Arkansas, home against Western Kentucky, and at Oklahoma. I love that you don't have to go back-to-back road conference games at any point in the season. And I love that the week before what we would presume would be your toughest games, you can kind of ease into them. For example, you get Tech before you play Florida. You get Southeastern before you go to Ole Miss. You get an open date before South Carolina. You get Vanderbilt before you go to play A&M. You get an open date before Bama. You get Western Kentucky before you go at Oklahoma. So I like the way the schedule sets up very much. Yes, I do. Green Z, morning. Saw a report that AJ is going to take a visit to LSU. Have you heard that as well? Yeah. So he visited. So he's talking about AJ Halsey. He's gonna commit. Well, at this point, it would be a pretty big upset if AJ Halsey, the safety from Houston, did not end up at LSU. So took a visit to Ole Miss, left without committing. Took a visit to Miami, left without committing. And I'm not sure if you saw this, but Miami took a safety commit yesterday from Jacoby Thomas from Tennessee. If you're Miami and you want a safety and you bring in AJ Halsey, he leaves without committing, and the next day you take a commit from another safety, it kind of tells you the story. So yes, I'm fully expecting AJ Halsey is going to take the visit here and commit during his visit. That's what I expect to happen. Now, it's never over till it is, as we saw with Bryce Underwood, but fully expecting that to happen at this point. Quinn Breakbill, Michael Cook, Robbie, good morning. Did you see the video of the fan who fell off the second level on the field Pirates-Cubs game? Oh, God, no, I didn't. Y'all be safe out there. Gorilla, hey, Matt, thanks for bringing us a post-game at Jazz Fest. Cool of you. Must love your commitment to the show. You know, Gorilla, I'm not opposed to doing it, like on my phone, but I'm just not going to be able to watch the game. I mean, I'm going to be at Jazz Fest. So, you know, if there was a spot where I could set up and watch the game, that'd be one thing. But I'm going to go watch Cowboy Mouth and drink some beers and then watch Pearl Jam. Hey, Lowell, good morning. Tiger Diver, do you think the Tigers get the series win this weekend? Tiger Diver, I do. It's never easy to go win in College Station. Bluebell Park is a great venue. It's a beautiful venue, and they're going to fill it. And I think A&M really has their backs against the wall. But by the time you get through 7 weekends, man, and 21 league games, you are what you are. And, you know, I just think LSU is better. And I'm not saying it's easy to go win on the road. LSU got swept at Auburn. I mean, LSU's a better team than Auburn. They got swept. So it's baseball, and of course it could happen. But Cade Anderson has been a true ace for you. You've only lost one Friday all year. That was the Auburn game. Ryan Prager is a great pitcher, but they've really struggled behind him this year. So, like LSU tonight, see what they got. Try and get the line on the game. Sorry, what they got it for tonight. Let's see. So, I mean, LSU's a minus 130 favorite today on the road. I mean, that kind of tells you what you need to know, right? Thomas, 12 down, 13 tomorrow, getting back to the record of 97 every day. Dale, get some. We're taunting Dale about the jingle. Hey, Dane, good morning. Stat Dub, is the weather going to keep you away from Pearl Jam? Hell no. It may keep some other chumps away, which fine by me. Let that thing thin out a little bit. I'll get closer to the stage, but I ain't no way, no how. I'll go bare chested if I got to go out there. If I get waterlogged, I'll just take off my shirt and throw it on the ground. That's the beauty of going to a festival, man. Just put us all out there in the elements, putting our feet in the dirt enjoying Mother Nature, God's green earth, and watching some Pearl Jam. Hey, Vinay Patel, when are we going to get an update on GameCoin on fire marketing? Any plans? Happy to do that for you, man. Actually, as a matter of fact, we called David this morning and see if I can get an update on when we want to do an AMA and put out a statement and stuff like that. Because I do have time this morning. So I'll do that this morning. Make a note. Call David. Pat, good morning. Usually not the one to assume, speculate, but if LSU loses openers plus 2 SEC Ls, another 9-3 is a time for buyout, BK buyout. No. They're not spending $50 million to buy them out. They're not. Charlie, good morning. Hunter, good morning. Mark it down, Florida as an L. Man, I don't know that I see that, Hunter. Games in Baton Rouge, I'm certainly not as high on Lagway as I think a lot of people are. It's not to say that he can't be a very good player. He just wasn't a very good player at the end of last year, in large part because he's a freshman. But you can see the talent is there. And I just don't think that they've built a good enough roster there to be able to compete. So, I don't know, Hunter, it sounds like you might be a Florida guy, which is fine, welcome. But that's not the one that I would circle and say LSU and Baton Rouge struggling with Florida. I don't think that's the one I would circle. Hey, Thomas, good morning. You think Mizzou will win an SEC game? I think they get one, finish 1-29, and saying how bad they are. It's almost impossible, Thomas, to be 0-21. So I hope they scratch across one. I mean, somewhere. Yeah, that just sucks for those guys. Dan, but we saw them. They stink. Daniel, good morning. LSU has a tough one playing at A&M this weekend. I'm not set on LSU football yet on the 2025 season. They seem to have a great roster. Can Brian Kelly and his staff get the team ready for the first game? Have a lot of work to do in a short time. Brian, Matt spilled the beans on the commitment. I didn't spill the beans on anything. I mean, I told y'all 2 days ago I had a conversation that his NIL valuation at On3 is about $400K and LSU's offers higher than that. So, I mean, if you're AJ Halsey and you're going to the portal and you're looking for the highest bidder, and oh, by the way, LSU has reps available at safety and they're going to be really good, makes a lot of sense. And the fact that the dude just left Miami without committing and Miami took another safety, I mean, it tells you a lot. Hey, James, good morning. Yeah, where would AJ start? So, free, I would imagine. He played free safety, and then you'd put Tamarcus Cooley at strong safety. You know, you got Jordan Gilbert back as well, coming off injury, and then all the young guys. So you'd have a healthy rotation. Charles, Matt thought on Kendall's comments were interesting on Evans. What are your thoughts on what he had to say? Yeah, I disagree with him. You know, the point. Oh, I gotta go. So Kendall was saying he would move Evans to Sunday because you have to have a third starter. And my point is, I don't really care about Sunday. If you have a chance to win Friday or Saturday, you have to put your best guy out there to go win. I agree on developing a third starter. And it's not to say Evans couldn't be that, but he even gave the example of like a regional. You know, what if you went into Sunday of a regional and you didn't have a third starter? I'm like, well, what if you went into the marble game of a regional on Saturday, you didn't use Evans, you lost, and so now you're coming back on Sunday and you have to win 2. Well, great, you got Evans for the first game Sunday. Well, now you got to go win another game after that. So I think you take care of business at hand. When you have a chance to win a game, you go win the game with your best guys. That's why I would love to see Connor Ware, William Schmidt, Jaden Newt, Chase Shores, somebody emerge as that number 3 starter. Look, Evans is going to be a starter next year. He might be your Friday guy next year. I mean, you'll have Evans, Schmidt, Sheeran, all vying for starting roles, and then you're going to go in the portal and get someone too. I mean, just like they've done every year in the portal. I mean, they got Skeens and Hurd. They got Holman and Jump. This year, they went and got Ianson mean, Cowan, who's become a great bullpen arm for you, but Sheeran, I mean, you went and got a bunch of starters, out of the portal. Like, you're going to go get starting pitching in the portal again. So you're going to have dudes competing for it. Okay, y'all, I got to go. Look at that. Pearl Jam in 95. That'd be awesome. Pearl Jam and the Ramones. That's one of their big influences were the Ramones. Big influence on Eddie Vedder and Pearl Jam. Okay, I got to go. Y'all have an awesome day. As always, all of our sponsors linked in the description on YouTube, tagged on Facebook. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. Y'all have an awesome day. Locked on LSU.